come to order.
Mr. Mayor, only the items on the agenda were discussed. Council discussed the recruitment of the supervisor of arenas and parks with direction provided to the CAO clerk.
All right, all those in favor? Do I need to move her in?
No, you did that.
Just, yeah, that's right too. All those in favor, we can do that. Okay, good. Passed, whatever. Thank you. Now we're going to go to the confirming bylaw. We're on our way out. Councillor McLaughlin. We voted.
We can revert back to motion.
For coming out of closed?
Or no.
Oh, no.
Just notices for a future meeting.
Oh, I thought we did that.
We didn't. We kind of skipped over it.
Did I skip over it? Closed session. Anyway, notice a motion if there's any. At this point, I'm at confirmation bylaw 14. Okay.
Okay, I have a request, and I don't know, for the Zion Hill gravel pit. Okay, I got a call from, they'll come to me.
I believe Councillor McLaughlin that this has been an ongoing issue, right? So we should go ahead with it.
Okay. Well, we don't have to, like, I would like to see it put onto a roads. I'm sorry, I call it roads. Been
whatever you had.
Too many years. That motion, because the gentleman is looking for some kind of direction, and I know we started, myself and previous road super had a look at it, and I'm not just quite sure where it went from there, so we need to probably bring Janet up to speed, and maybe you and I could go and even have a look at it along with
Kathy.
Yes. No, I'm trying to. John Hewitt was the gentleman from the Zion Hill who called me. I knew it would come to you. Of course, I would love to bring Councillor Regier with me. Not a problem. Much cuter than your fellow beside you. So
now, which
no,
one is he
if
talking
you
about?
are I could set it up, and you two could meet with. It was Mr. Hewitt, so sure. I don't know. Okay. Do we need a?
No, I think we could just go with direction.
Yeah, for sure. And then just give us some time. I would say the likelihood of us to come back right at committee in July, or we only have one meeting in August, so it'd probably be the first meeting of September. But in the meantime, staff can work with the councillor and meet with the individual and
maybe could I
come back. Yeah.
Would I go ahead and try and set up some
sure.
kind of a site visit? Would that be a proper, or I could give you Mr. Hewitt's number, and maybe that would be a better way, Janet, and then you could set it up. Yeah. Okay. Well, exactly. Exactly, and if you were to have a look at it, I could give you what knowledge I know about it, but.
It would be probably best just to go number right to Mr. Hewitt and let him do it. Councillor Mackay.
I just want to refresh my memory. Wasn't it surplus, like a surplus gravel pit, and weren't we going to give that to them, or wasn't that something like that?
That's the crux of the issue, so we'll just catch up. I don't really have much information on either, so we'll follow up and bring back a report for the first meeting in September.
I believe it's a delinquent pit, so I don't believe they have, Daryl, I don't know if he ever said anything, but I don't think they have a license or anything. It's just there as a...
Not that I know of, but the problem being that MTO also owns a portion in there, and I think that was the crux of it.
so maybe you're going to have fun.
Yeah. I think probably just a phone call to Mr. Hewitt, or some kind of a some kind of correspondence with him, so you know. It is our pit. it was an abandoned pit, I think. Hal, you're quite correct on that one. You know some about it. And,
Yeah, I know some of it.
some of it, and I know where, I can show you where it is within reason, or we can go and have a visit. I'm sure Mr. Hewitt would be quite willing to come as well. Okay?
Very religious.
But we need to move forward with it.
All right. Direction, Councillor.
Sorry, I have one as well. Now that the playground structure is up, I've had a request come in to put a plaque on it.
Yes.
So
Yes, I read that.
I have forwarded the email to yourself and to you, Jordan. So I don't know how to proceed with that, but we'd have to get agreement from the entire group, I guess, that was involved in it.
No.
Anyway, you'll see the email. And,
I have a question now. I wasn't real sure with the email. Is it a plaque for our COB?
No.
Or is it a plaque for all of the people that fundraised? Oh,
Yeah.
no, it's the lady that passed away.
That's right.
Well, I get caught up.
It's the sponsors and the naming of
That's right, yes.
one of the people that were involved who now deceased. They'd want some kind of a naming.
I think that's only prudent, right?
So, I don't know, maybe she can come to council and speak to us would probably
would
be
be
the
great.
best.
And the one thing I just mentioned is you just directed me to do a commemorative naming policy, so I would say maybe that's the best way to say, yes, submit it, and then we'll consider that as when the policy comes forward.
I promise her it won't take 14 years.
Yeah, I was just going to say this, if this is going to be as much controversy as putting the playground up, we've got to be careful. Plaque should be, yes. Any more questions? Councillor McLaughlin.
Just going back to, and Councillor Rager sat at the county council meeting, 12.1, they're talking about forestry in Algonquin Park. I think that's a very serious issue, and I think we need to somehow send our own letter. Was that not the direction that you got from that correspondence that day when we sat at county council? I don't know if Councillor Jackson was there at the same time, but remember they were speaking about it? Bree Miller could straighten us right out. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's a big issue up there, but it's not one that they haven't dealt with before. This group from BC does this to a lot of different people, and it's ridiculous what they're asking, and they've had to fight it before, and they plan on fighting it again. It was my understanding from earlier that there was a letter suggested, unless I misunderstood, and that's all we can do. But you can be rest assured the county's going to crawl all over it, and they've done it before, and they'll probably win out.
No, and I quite well agree. I just thought that maybe if we should be throwing some support behind the county as well. And are we going to do that? Is that?
Yes.
No.
No.
But we can now if you have a mover and a second.
Sorry. I would like to make that motion, or I'll make the motion that we send a letter of support, and maybe get our own letter, rather than piggybacking. We want to send our own letter to the county.
Okay. That's
So
the motion.
I think it's a very serious, and I remember seeing that, and I was just reading through this and twigged to me that discussion came at county council. Correct?
Yeah. All in favor? Carried. Confirmation bylaw. Can I get a mover for the confirmation bylaw? Moved by Councillor Jackson, seconded by Councillor McLaughlin. Recommendation be it resolved that bylaw 1707-977, being a bylaw to confirm the proceedings of July 5th, 2017, be taken as read and passed. All those in favor? Carried. Adjourned.